What is going on, everybody? Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of the Legion of Raw with my man, the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, former WWE head writer. He is none other than Vince Russo.
That round of applause was for my foofy hair. I got foofy hair tonight.
Goofy.
Long day, man. Long day, bro. Did work all day, then worked in the yard, then barbecued, bro.
Barbecue, nice.
Then sat through Raw, bro. Long day. This is the tail end of it, bro.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Happy to spend the tail end of your foofy hair day with you, man. It's always a pleasure. So.
Yes, you too, Dr. Chris.
Indeed, man. We've already got super chats, man. So let's jump right into them. We've got John Charles, $4.99 super chat, bro. Triple H is like the Nancy Pelosi of pro wrestling. He is gonna be here for 40 more years and burn the company down to the ground. Vince, what are your thoughts on that?
I got another question. Thank you very much, John. I got another question pertaining to Triple H. I was looking at Triple H closely tonight in the ring.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, I've aged, but thank God I have gone and experienced nowhere the stress level that Triple H had. I can't even imagine, okay? With that being said, bro, I got a question. Chris, maybe you can answer this. Maybe Sportskeeda Nation can answer this. Bro, did Triple H shave his head because he was balding, or did he just shave his head?
I believe it was like a corporate decision. Like he was just kind of getting into corporate land and just decided to shave his head because he had a full head of hair last time I remember. Right before.
No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think he went straight to the bald head. I think he kind of had like a crew cut.
No, he still had he went from like the hair to he chopped it all out. He had a little bit on the top.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bro, I got to be honest with you, bro. Like I think the guy looks horrible bald-headed. That's why I'm asking the question. So like I honestly didn't know. Bro, are you bald because you have no other choice, or do you think that's a good look? I never thought the bald thing was a good look for Triple H.
What about the long hair? Do you like?
He looked great, bro. I'm you guys know on russosbrand.com I do the Attitude Era. Mm-hmm. He looks like Fabio, bro. He looks like a matinee idol. That's why I'm saying. I mean, I remember working with that guy, and I'm looking at him today with the lines on the forehead and the red eyes and the bro, like seriously, man.
Very stressful job in WWE.
Very stressful, bro. Very, very. I got to tell you, Chris, and listen, honestly, bro, A, I don't care how much money it pays you. B, I don't care how much you love it. That type of stress literally taking years off your life. Literally taking years off your life, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. Absolutely. And he's born in July of 69, if I'm not mistaken. So that's
54?
Be 54 this year. Yeah. So yeah, man. So 54, man, with man, that WWE job. I mean, you've been there, man. You know how stressful it can get,
Yes, I
especially.
do, and that's why I was 5 and out, bro. And I'm so glad, bro. There are people that would like to think I regretted going to WCW, bro. I never regretted it for a day. I mean, obviously things didn't work out at WCW the way I would have liked them to, but I never regretted leaving for one single day when I left.
Money was better in WWE or WCW?
WCW was a little better, but money wasn't the issue. I mean, you know that it wasn't the issue, but yeah, bro, I gave 5 years of my life, and I was done. I was absolutely done.
Yeah. Triple H. He's not only is he 50, almost 54 with his position. He's been putting on a lot of hats over the years too, man. So that makes it even more difficult. It's not just him doing a role in a specific thing. There was time when Vince McMahon was gone, he had a couple big hats. So I can definitely see the stress that's involved.
And bro, that's the thing. 54. I'm 62 now, Chris. I'm telling you, man. When I start to feel things are too much, I'll cut back. Yeah. Bro, you don't do that at the WWE. You don't have a choice, bro. So it doesn't matter 54, 56, 58, 60. It doesn't matter, bro. That's why I'm so lucky to be able to, work at my own pace and not have the stress of the wrestling business, bro.
Yeah, you're your own boss and you work from home, man. So
yeah,
you can be better than that. That's for sure. Andrew Cool 499 super chat, bro. CM Punk was backstage for Raw, but security kicked him out. I feel like CM Punk needs to earn trust from both WWE and AEW locker room. Your thoughts on CM Punk?
I don't think CM Punk needs to earn trust from anybody. Listen, bro, CM Punk is a millionaire many times over. He had a dream that he wanted to do MMA. He followed that dream. It was not successful, but he still followed it through. I think CM Punk is in a position really to do whatever he wants to do. CM Punk can get hired doing other things on the CM Punk name alone. Remember when Fox hired him? I believe it was Fox. He doesn't need to earn anybody's trust, bro. Give me a break. He's not a kid. He's not how old is CM Punk, Chris? How old? He's got to be close to 50.
He was born in 78. So he'll be 45 this year.
45. Yeah, come on, bro. He's a grown man. He's been successful. He's got money in the bank. He doesn't need to earn trust.
October of 78. Yep. So he'll be 45 in October. Yep. So yeah, I mean he doesn't need to earn trust. No. He doesn't need to earn trust. I would say bury some hatchets. I mean, him and Triple H did have some heat, before he left. I mean, he didn't leave on a bad note. I mean, he just he kind of walked out on during his feud with Kane, during the Royal Rumble, and didn't come back. And Vince McMahon was petty. I heard that he got fired on his wedding day, if I'm not mistaken. And so that was super petty, man. So could have been intentional, perhaps. I mean, that's definitely something that Vince and Co. could do for sure. So I think if you wanted retribution to what CM Punk did to you, firing him on his wedding day would definitely be something that would get back that he doesn't owe you anything anymore after that. I mean, Vince McMahon and company, they bury hatchets all the time. I mean, they've had heat with Savage, they've had heat with Warrior. They bury hatchets all the time. So CM Punk's no different. So I can definitely see him doing that. Perhaps patching things up. It's been almost 10 years, I believe, since he's really had a conversation with Triple H. So patching things up. So the talk, the rumors is it wasn't like a force out. It was more like we don't want any type of contract issues going on. He's under AEW contract backstage in WWE. We don't want any type of craziness going on when it comes to that. So we're gonna, politely ask you to leave. It wasn't some big,
bro, which is kind of ridiculous, bro. If I play for the Los Angeles Dodgers and I have a day off and I want to go visit my friend who's a San Francisco Giant, are they going to escort me out? Bro, that is wrestling in a freaking nutshell, bro. Because the guy has a contract with AEW, he can't visit
his friends.
Bro, it's
Yep.
I swear to God, professional wrestling is at like the lowest elementary level, bro, you could ever imagine for things like that, which are just freaking comical, bro.
And they're all independent contractors.
Right.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Joseph Gonzalez, 999 Super Chat. In my opinion, it's a mistake to make this belt without Roman losing first, as whoever wins it will be second fiddle to him. I can't believe Triple H made a compensation belt for Cody. So much for finishing the story.
Yeah, let's wait till we get to that. There were two very, very kabuki-ish things on this show. Now, major things too, bro, on this show that I'm sure we'll get into.
Indeed. Rollins 199 Super Chat, bro.
There you go, bro. There you go. Yes.
1999 Slammy Award for best.
He had great hair, man. He had great hair. His hair was better than Triple H's hair in his prime was better than Ali's hair, bro.
It was pretty good, man, especially when he would do the water gimmick and have this we talked about the stringy hair before, right? Pour the water on it, have the stringy look. And then when he would do the gimmick, with the spitting the water out, hair would slick back and have that feel to it too. It was a real Triple H has one of the best entrances in pro wrestling history. I would definitely give him that, man.
Yeah.
We got Johnny Slice, a pretty cool name. Johnny Slice, baby.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Read it, Chris.
I will. Here we go. $5 super chat. He says, when Triple H first came out, I thought it was Uncle Howdy for a second. My dude needs a vacay with some
Thank you.
It's very good.
We got to say it, Johnny. We got to be honest, Johnny. The guy looks like crap. I'm sorry, man. The guy, he does need a vacation. He needs something, bro. Bro, when my dad was here, Chris, me and my dad went and got a pedicure. Maybe he just needs a pedicure, Triple H. How about that?
Yeah. I think he needs a petty. Mani Pedis are good for your health, man.
Yes.
It's great. My wife actually asked me recently about hey, because during the warmer season, spring and summer, my wife and I we go date night. We have a date night every weekend, and so because we're foodies, we like going to nice restaurants and things like that. But during the warmer seasons, when I'm a big fan of nice manis and petties, especially for guys. Guys
not cheap though, bro. Not cheap.
Oh, no. Like some top notch mani pedis, man.
No, I mean they're not cheap, bro.
They're not cheap. Oh no, they're not cheap. No,
they're not cheap, bro. That's what I meant. They're not cheap, bro.
And I'm paying for both of them, so it's a pretty penny for both of them. So we do dual manis and petties, and we talk, and just kind of catch up for the week while we're having some good manis and petties together.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice.
Great date night. Take note for that, SK Nation. Take your girl out, guys. Take your girls out to the spa and get you some mani pedis. They like that. So, all right. Speaking of mani pedi, someone who's well groomed. He goes by the name of Cody Rhodes. He cuts an in-ring promo. He gets interrupted by Finn Balor. Vince Russo, why Finn Balor why was the Finn Balor?
Before we even get to the Finn Balor.
Not for Joey?
Yeah, give me a time now. Give me Joe. Right. Give me Joe.
It's been a while, but here we go, Joey.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Before we even get to the Finn Balor part, bro, listen, I've got a history of saying things that come to fruition and become true. Chris, you are a psychologist. Every single show I go to your field. Bro, this was a heel promo. Look at what he said in this promo. First of all, bro, he takes his cufflinks off.
Yes, indeed.
For anybody out there in Sportskeeda, anybody in that crowd tonight, I would love to know the last time anybody in that crowd sported a pair of cufflinks. Number one. Chris, listen, you're a doctor. You're on a different level. Chris, I think the last time I put on a pair of cufflinks was when I went to a wedding when I was 12 years old.
Very nice.
So first he takes the cufflinks, then he does the Chippendale striptease. Okay.
Yep.
Next thing we know, he shows his scar, which, bro, with all due respect, is a little tiny baby scar. I mean, bro, I've seen scars. I mean, my God, Chris, I've known athletes, bro, when those athletes have those knee surgeries and the scar is like, bro, like I've seen a million of those.
I've had 3 back surgeries.
Thank you. So he's got a little boo-boo scar.
Yeah.
Then he says, well, you all put a heroic spin on it. And I'm like, who the freak is this guy? Like, this is so cocky and so, oh yeah, well, you guys put a heroic spin on it. Then he goes, bro, well, there's a reason I don't talk about it. I'm like, bro, you're talking about it.
Indeed.
Like, what reason don't you talk about it? You're talking about, and bro, all I could think about was, I swear to God, bro, all I could think about was freaking Cody's got a boo-boo. Cody's got a boo-boo. And, just putting himself over. And then the heel comes out and says, Cody, we've all got scars. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the heel saying that to the baby face. Now, guys, listen to what I'm saying. It should be the other way around. The heel should be showing his little boo-boo and say, well, you guys made me a hero, but the reason I don't really talk about it, even though I'm talking about it now, and then the baby would come out and say, bro, we've all got Are you, bro, if he is not going to have a dramatic heel turn, I got about 50 hats in this office. If he is not going to make a heel turn quickly within the next year, I will eat one of these hats. I will put salt and, bro, this was a 100%. Bro, seriously, if the crowd wasn't conditioned, an a-hole chat should have broken out. Oh, you got a little boo-boo, and but you're a hero, bro. But you don't really talk about it. But you talk. What, Chris? Am I wrong with this?
You're not. I mean, it definitely was a heel promo. It definitely made him look and feel better than the crowd. He's pulling out cufflinks and looking like a Chippendale, looking better than everyone in the crowd. And then he embellishes. Heels embellish all the time. That's the point of a heel, is to embellish.
Yes.
And Cody embellished
all the time, bro.
Indeed. Yeah.
I mean, Chris, like you said, do you know how many of those guys have had, vertebrae fused, back injuries, neck injuries, broken necks, bro, knee replacements, hip replacements. Oh, look, everybody, I tore a pec. Like, really, bro?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I think he was trying to really elicit trying to make some type of relativity, relatedness or some type of correlation, bonding with Chicago. The last time I was here was when I had my gimmick here. I mean, it was true. It was real. I mean, I've never torn my pec. I've had 3 back surgeries, but I've never torn my pec. From what I've known, I've been an athlete for several, I mean, all my life. I've known people and they've said it was pretty intense. But at the same time, Chris, it was intense, but don't compare scars though. I mean,
Chris, let me tell you a little story about Vinny Roo. Let me tell you a little story about Vinny Roo. Bro, I remember I played baseball up until I was probably about 18 years old, and I loved playing baseball. Okay. So, bro, I vowed when I was 30 years old, I was going to play baseball in the 30 and over league.
Okay.
I vowed that I was going to do, bro. And I was a catcher. So we were at 30 years old, I'm catching. And, bro, in this league, there were a lot of former college athletes. Like, I was way out of my league. Chris, I don't know what I did, but, like, bro, I didn't get in shape or exercise or do anything like that. Chris, I swear to God, I caught my first game. Chris, I went home and both of my legs, like my thighs on down, bro, black and blue. I don't know what I did, but black and blue. Chris, I didn't miss a game. I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't have thigh surgery, bro. Okay, bro, none of that. So, yeah, okay, bro. Oh, you tore a pec. Poor little baby. You got a little scar. Give me a freaking, bro, look at Kurt Angle. Like, are you kidding me? You have the audacity to show I tore a pec and I got a little boo-boo and Kurt Angle has broken his neck 85 times. Like, seriously, bro? Really?
Olympic medal with the broken.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, man. Yes.
I also play baseball. You know what position I play?
Let me guess. Chris, what's your height?
6'1".
Wow, that's pretty big. 6'1", man. I'm going to say third base.
Nope. I played catcher.
Oh, really? Wow, 6'1", bro. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Indeed. We got Scott Smith, $5 super chat. Blue. Request for Joey again. I just want to say my dad thinks that Austin Theory and Finn Balor are twins. Keep with the great work, Vince and Dr. Chris.
Bro, you know what's so funny, Scott? That's our Aussie friend, or from the land down under, our friend Scott. Here's a funny thing with those two guys. First of all, we were talking about Triple H being bald. I don't know what Finn Balor's haircut is. I don't know that. And bro, Chris, tell me how old Finn Balor is, please.
He was born the same year I was, 81, I believe.
So how old is he?
He'll be 42 this year.
42, bro, and he's walking around with a haircut that a 12-year-old has. Okay, that's number one. And then you got Austin Theory, who's got the straggly beard that looks like absolute crap. If he was cleanly shaven to his face, it would look so much better. I don't know what it is with these guys. I don't know if they intentionally want to look bad, because if they are, then I'm wrong, because quite frankly, you all look pretty bad, bro.
He's trying to be hip, man. He's trying to be hip. That's
so what is hip? Looking like you're 12? Is that the new hip?
Is that that pretty boy look, man?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bro, please.
Pretty boy look. Let's see. We got Johnny Slice back with $5.
Yeah, very. I like Johnny's all over it tonight, bro. Yeah. Stardust.
Next time Cody whines about his injuries, the crowd just chant Stardust. I think that would be perfect if he was a heel. I think
and what a lame, bro, out of nowhere. Oh, we want you to join Judgment Day so we can have a match tonight. Like, oh my God.
I was so confused by that. I'm like, why are you trying to recruit Cody to be a part, like randomly on a Raw, like 3 weeks after Mania? Oh, I just want Cody Rose to be a part of Judgment Day all of a sudden. What?
And bro, here's another thing. Chris, do you remember I was saying about 3 months ago, you can't have all of Judgment Day out there. You can't have a 4-on-1 every single time. So, bro, we went from that to none of them having any backup now with no explanation. There's no explanation why they don't come out as a group and they don't have backup anymore. There's absolutely no explanation anymore.
Correct. Indeed. Rollins 499 super chat, bro. Are you guys sure that Cody Rose returned heel? He was clearly over tonight. The crowd was definitely happy to see him, and he got a little emotional.
Chris, I'm just going to say, Roland, honestly, bro, and I'm not taking anything away, but I know how the WWE works because I've been there. Bro, you honestly don't know what's being piped in to sweeten that crowd noise. You don't know, bro, because they do it all the time, Roland. So I'm sure he was over, but I don't know if he was that over.
I think that Cody is over. I mean, I think that he's still in the honeymoon phase. I still think that he is, honestly.
Chris, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Takes off the cut flinks, does the Chippendales. Oh, I got a little boo-boo.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they cheering him?
I think because of the steam that came from the Dusty documentary. I think that's helped him continue, because around Mania time, he was starting to get some boos. And I think that's because I said it on the show that he started to get some boos, and I started to notice that. But I think that steam that came from that Dusty documentary was so good. It was an amazing documentary, and I personally think that helped him a lot regain some steam as a babyface.
That's a good point. Yeah, I didn't see that, but I can understand that.
It was an amazing documentary.
Yeah,
so it was really good. Roger, $2 super chat, bro. A new belt. I'm inspired. I missed the eagle look. We'll talk about the belt in a little bit. Thank you for your super chat, Roger. Yeah.
What match, Chris? What match did we say last week, right after the show, was going to be on this week, Chris?
LWO and
did we say that, Chris? Did we say that's why they did all that last? Yeah, Chris. Oh, please.
I thought about that. I was like, oh, it's clear. It's definitely clear. We knew that was going to happen. So Bloodline did defeat LWO. So Vince, why the LWO? Like they were Legado del Fantasma with Santos Escobar. You know, they did a thing with Santos and Ray kind of hooking up. Ray gives them christens them to be the new LWO, but they have just totally just desecrated and diminished the aura that the LWO had. They lose all the time. They're basically Rey Mysterio's job guys. Why do the LWO thing if this is what you get from it?
Bro, you know what it's like? Here's another baseball reference. Bro, remember the great Roy Hobbs in The Natural? Roy Hobbs, bro, yeah. Robert Redford in The Natural. Bro, it's like the great Roy Hobbs. Remember he had that bat, that tree got hit by lightning and he made the bat out of it.
Yep.
Bro, it's like the great Roy Hobbs retiring and handing that bat to a rookie.
Yeah.
And every time the rookie steps up to the plate using Roy Hobbs' bat, he strikes out. Literal. Who does that, bro? Outside of wrestling, remember Creed? Didn't Creed give Rocky? Who gave Rocky the trunks that he wore in Rocky 1? Remember that?
Apollo Creed. Yes.
Apollo Creed gave him the trunks that he wore, in the first Rocky. Like, who does that, bro? Where Ray endorses them and then they go out there and get beat. Who does that, bro?
It just doesn't make sense to me. Why even do it? Like, what was the point of even doing it?
Eat time.
But the thing is, Ray could have just been cool with Santos and company, instead of christening them with an LWO, reincarnation for nothing. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Bianca Belair backstage interview interrupted by damage control. A little bit of dissension with your girl Io. She's Io Sky now, not Io Shirai. She's Io Sky. She looks at Bayley and Dakota, and she was like, basically, I didn't say that about wanting a match tonight with us. I wanted a match tonight with Bianca. So there you go. There's your time.
Bro, they're building up the big breakup of damage control. That we're all sitting on the edge of the seats, bro, waiting for this thing to just implode.
So it seems like Io would be the one that would break away from the group. Now, does she make a babyface turn and become a
I can't
big
wait to see
babyface?
those who is it? What's her name again? Io Sky?
Sky, yep.
I can't wait to see those Io Sky Dakota Kai matches, man. I hope they go
Oh,
40
man.
minutes. I hope
Yeah.
they go 40 minutes on Raw, man. I can't wait to get those.
Barn burners, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Clinics, if you will.
The old barn burner,
Yes,
Chris.
indeed. We have Jey Uso confronting by Sami Zayn. I was actually personally cool with the weaving into this because it made a storyline, it made a story feel to it. And so at least, I'm gonna put this over as far as just a couple of planting seeds. I'm cool with that because that does create a bit of suspense. What do you think, Vince?
But don't you think we've kind of been
I
regurgitating this
agree.
story now? Like
Yeah.
we've done this, bro.
Yeah.
When Jay turned on Sammy a couple of weeks ago on Raw, remember that,
Yeah.
bro? That should have been the end of it. We've
Yeah.
done all this already, bro. When he made that turn and blood is thicker than water, that should have been the end of it. Why are we revisiting this?
I think it's kind of like an evergreen, topic because I agree with you. I definitely think that when Jay made it, he already made his decision. So why are you, talking to him again as if he didn't already kick your head off? You know what I mean? Multiple times. So I get that. But I'm like, okay, so at least it's causing intrigue. And I'm looking for anything at this point, to put over. And so I'm like, okay, so can we it did kind of give me a feeling of, okay, have you completely closed the book on Jay versus Roman and do a full circle? Because I keep saying, and I've said this many times on the show, on our shows, I think Jay Roman should be a match. I think Jay Roman should come full circle, and I think Jay should be Roman. Now, for the title, no, I'm fine with it not being for the title, but I do think Jay Roman should come full circle. I would actually be fine with Jay Roman at SummerSlam. I'd be fine with that. And by that time, you've already had Cody probably beat Roman already because you'll probably have Cody beat Roman at Saudi. And so I do think Jay Roman would be cool at SummerSlam. But there's some talks of solo Roman. Why though? Like do you turn Roman face and have Solo go against them? Who do you think Roman's opponent should be at SummerSlam?
I'd rather it be Solo claiming that he's the new head of the table or some jazz like that. I don't know.
Though. He needs a mouthpiece. Like his whole gimmick is barely talking. He's barely said like a line on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So he would need a mouthpiece. Who would be a good mouthpiece for the bloodline?
Roman can have the real Paul Heyman. Solo will have the animated Paul Heyman.
Okay. You clone them and animate them.
Yes. Yeah. Make him a cartoon character and let him go out there, which would be awesome. Yes.
I'm not sold on Roman and Solo yet. I mean, you can't do something with it, but
what about Naomi?
Naomi's she's done. She's done with the
But what about if they come up with something and she manages them and Roman never went to bat for her and the way you treat my husband and blah 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 blah.
I'd be up for that. The only thing is when she was with Team Bad, I just think that Naomi is a weird heel. I just really it didn't click with me. I like the glow. I think it's one of those things that if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
I think when they brought Naomi back with the glow gimmick, that was perfect for her. Like she used to be a cheerleader. Like it's perfect. It's always think about gimmicks for baby faces that can transcend generations and that can be high merch sellers and be inspiring to kids. The glow gimmick did that. And that's the reason why, to me, she was grossly underused because she could have been just the next John Cena, really. I mean, she could have had that type of transcending feel to her when it came to merch and inspiration for little kids, but they dropped the ball on her very much, man.
Bro, speaking of dropping the ball, see, this is what I don't get about them. So Becky's not been on the show for 2 straight weeks now. Bro, did you see anything that Trish did to Becky that would have kept her off the show? Shouldn't they, if she wasn't going to be on the show the next 2 weeks, shouldn't she have gotten some really big heat? Shouldn't she have done something devastating to Becky? She's not on for 2 weeks. Why? And then the interviewer is asking the talent, why isn't Becky here? Like, what kind of a question is that you're asking Trish Stratus? Why isn't Becky here?
Yeah, that's a good point. You're asking your rival, why isn't he?
Yeah, why is she? Did you talk to her earlier? Did she tell you why she? Like, what a stupid setup, bro.
Yeah, I was trying to hitch a ride from Becky Lynch the other earlier today, and she said no, she can't be here. Like, right? To your point, it just doesn't make sense. I do.
Yeah, if she's going to be out for 2 weeks, they should have got heat on Trish.
Yes, and I was about to say that. I think they should have done much more than just a back clobber, and just, I agree. And just a chick kick. I think there was a clobber to back and a chick kick. That was
waste.
And I think what they should have done is the gimmick where they put the chair, in the neck, the head through the chair and do that. That could have took her off for a few.
That's fine. Yep.
Let's see. We got the Street Profits and Shelton against
bro. This Hurt Business, I swear to God, bro, they're like the Energizer bunnies. You can't kill these guys.
Yeah.
Like every 3 months, bro, these guys are gonna show up and have a match with somebody. No matter every single time they lose, bro. But you can't kill these guys.
But you can't. But the crazy thing is, you literally have no idea. And we'll get to Awesome Sauce's super chat here in a minute. They have no idea what to do with them, because if you think about the history of the Cedric and Shelton Benjamin, so they left the Hurt Business. They were trying to get back with the Hurt Business, and then they had beef, and then they started going against each other, and then they fought, and then they tried to get back with the Hurt Business, and then they got rejected. And then they kind of had beef again, and then they went to like main event, and then they came back kind of as baby faces. And then they were talking backstage with MVP, teasing the Hurt Business, and then now they just come out and they're just back to losing again as a team. Like, are they okay with just collecting paychecks at this point?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. And you know what, bro? And God bless them. They're both probably getting paid well. They know at this point they're not going to do anything with them. Yeah. They wouldn't be in demand to go to AEW. Yeah, absolutely, man. Give your all in the ring, and they are give your all in the ring. But yeah, bro, they know.
I think that Shelton, especially at Shelton at this point, like, the fact that he gets to still have been on air talent, what I mean?
I agree.
And it's just, he's just like, I know that it's not going to be some big run or anything that I'm going to get again. And if I was not in WWE, I definitely wouldn't be a hot commodity. I mean, Shelton Benjamin still looks fantastic, and he should definitely be an NXT one of the lead trainers. I definitely think that should be his thing, but I think for now he's just like, I get a spot on Raw and a nice paycheck. If I wasn't with WWE, I won't be a hot commodity to go to Impact or AEW as an on-air talent. So you got to get, you got to think about that stuff when it comes to these names. And when it comes to Cedric, I've interviewed Cedric before. I know people like I'm cool with George South, who helped train Cedric. So many people who I know who know Cedric, Caprice Coleman, someone else I know who used to team up with him in Ring of Honor. They always say that he's a family man. He's a family man, solid guy. So, kudos to him for just, kind of doing what he's doing. To your point, Vince, I think a lot of times, people do need to say something if they do want that spot. But if the thing is, if your stock isn't going to be as big as what we see now, just got to ride that wave and
put your money in the bank, collect. Right. Yep. Yep.
Indeed. Awesome Sauce 550. Watching Bayley cut a promo is like watching Kevin Euclid's back.
That's great. Good old Kevin Euclid. I love that Awesome Sauce. That is, yeah, Bayley is awful with her promos, bro. I don't know how you could have had so many reps and not improve. Bro, I remember, and I've mentioned this, Chris. Guys, go back and look at Charlotte's early work. She was like a deer in the headlights cutting promos. And when the fans would start chanting, she would lose it.
Yeah.
Bro, look at how much she has improved over the years. Yeah, Bayley has done this from day one, bro. Zero improvement.
I just think I think it's because she's miscast. Like I've said this before. I just think she's miscast. I mean, just the gimmick with the damage control now, and just it never grew legs to me. It never did. I mean, it's we're talking about nearly 9 months old at this point. It just never grew legs, and they need to split it up. Just her as a heel. Her as a heel during COVID worked because it was different, and she really did a lot with it. She was very successful too, one of the longest reigning SmackDown champions. So it worked, but there's certain people who are just like lifelong baby faces and lifelong heels, and they make the turn to make their heelness or their baby faceness even stronger. Like Flair's a heel. He's a lifelong heel. So he'll have little baby face spats, during, Starrcade, when he was going against Harley. And then when he came back, when he went against Vader at Starrcade 93, those moments are turns for Flair. But at the end of the day, he's the dirtiest player of the game. You know what I mean? And so and there's certain heel turns that happen that kind of spruce it up a little bit to make your baby face turn, make your baby face stock even better. I think with Bayley, they really need to go ahead and peg her as a baby face because she really fits in that role well. The heel thing to me is just awkward at this point.
Yeah.
They need to go ahead and make that decision. 499 super chat from Joseph Gonzalez. Montez Ford has massive potential and is being held back by Dawkins. Split the profits now, so his prime years won't be wasted. The tag team division is dead. I've said this before. I think that they should split.
I think they're going to do that at the split.
Yeah, and that's when I think they should split. Like I said before, I don't want to see Angelo Dawkins do the whole jealousy gimmick, and then you have the tag team partner that doesn't really get the main event slot. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of times when you see these tag teams, there's one that goes up and there's one that goes down. And so I hope that, you usually do the I'm jealous of you. Just don't do that. That just feels so contrived. And so I think if you split them, they'll have equal treatment. They'll have equal opportunity to do something. And that's your opportunity to make Montez a star. I agree. I think he's a star. Absolutely. Let's see. We have any more super chats here. We have Johnny Slice is back in the building. Cedric and Shelton need to change the WWE. Should be working as the shirt business. Play on words for Johnny Slice.
Oh my God, that is, bro. I swear to God, Johnny, that is a great angle. That is a great gimmick, bro. They don't have a spot for them, but there's a spot on merch, and that is tremendous. Yes,
not the hurt business, ladies and gentlemen, but the hurt business. I like it. I mean,
that.
At least they'll give them something.
Yes.
Next we have Triple H cutting. Let's here we go. Let's talk about the World Heavyweight Championship. He says, Roman Reigns, he's earned it, but at the same time, you guys need a champion that's going to be here, and so therefore at Night of Champions in May, the end of May, we're going to crown a new World Heavyweight Champion, and they're calling it the World Heavyweight Championship, which I'm glad that they're doing that again. And so basically what he said is Roman, wherever he gets drafted, he's going to keep the WWE undisputed the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So that's a blending between the WWE and the Universal. So are they going to merge that belt together?
Bro, it's the way these bubbleheads do things that, like, you watch this, and if you have a brain in your head, you're like, basically what Triple H said was this. And bro, that WWE universe, like, bro, they'll buy anything. Like, they'll buy no matter what you tell them, they'll buy it. Here's what Triple H basically said. Roman Reigns is going on 1,000 day as the champion. Nobody can beat Roman Reigns. Yep. So we're gonna have another belt over here. Like, real that's how they did it, bro. Yep. Nobody could beat Roman, so we're just gonna have another belt.
Yep.
Oh my God,
bro!
That is Chris.
Spot on, Vince. That is spot on.
That's exactly. It's horrible, bro. Horrible.
What you're saying, it's like, oh, okay, he's had it for almost 3 years now. No one can beat him. So therefore, we're going to make another consolation prize of someone who's second best, basically. So it's like,
God, it's like just the way they do things, bro. They are so creatively bankrupt, bro. It's not even funny at this point, man.
I agree. I think the way I'm totally fine with having two champions. I'm totally fine with that. But the way you did it, though, like, it could have been much better than having that. I think you could have just merged, the titles, and it's just like you could have had Cody lose. You could have had Cody beat Roman, for the belts, and then he could have been the one and say, I respect the business, and I want to go ahead and relinquish this to give someone else an opportunity to have, their shine or lead, Raw as I really focus on SmackDown or focus on Raw. You could have done anything else than to make everybody to admit basically that there's nobody as good as Roman Reigns. I mean, that's essentially
come out and say both of our television partners, USA Network and Fox, both of our television partners won a champion.
That's true.
That's better than this.
Yeah,
that is better than what you did. At least that explains it, bro.
Yeah, and that's the truth too.
Right.
I mean, I think. Yeah, that's it right there. I think essentially what you do is saying, hey, look, our partners, Fox and USA, like you said. I mean, there's been some issues going on with Roman Reigns. He can't commit all the time to both, and both are having some issues with each other as far as Roman Reigns' availability. Yeah. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and split
and put him over, bro. One guy can't physically possibly defend both belts on two shows. I mean, put him over in the process.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
But to do it, well, nobody beat him, so we're gonna have another belt. Okay.
Yeah. I think they should have just abandoned the Universal Championship. I think the blue belt, they just need to do it completely.
And bro, how many times did they go back and forth? Unify. No, we're gonna. Oh my God, make up your mind, man. Pick a direction and stick with it, man.
And it still doesn't make sense, because does Roman still keep two belts? Like,
exactly. I have no idea, bro. So there's 3 belts now?
Yeah. So are you going to merge the 2 belts, or are you going to, is there 3 belts now with Roman? And if Roman has 2 belts and the other person just have the world champion, that's really still going to make Roman look better than the world champion, because he's carrying 2 belts around. So they've got to flesh this out a lot better than what they did here.
Bro, it doesn't matter, because they'll buy anything. Yeah. They'll buy anything, bro. It doesn't matter.
What do you think of the design?
I'm not a big belt guy like that, bro. Like,
I'm a huge fan of the Big Gold belt, man. That's my favorite belt. And I was like, the jury's still out for me. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. And I was just like, man, if they only had the WWE logo on the plates, I would like it much better. That gaudy WWE logo that they're trying to brand with all the belts, that I just can't really click with that, I just can't do it. If it was just not so, it just feels like an eyesore to me in the middle of that big, beautiful gold type of. I mean, of course, they're trying to make a WWE version of the big gold belt, which I'm fine with, but it's just such an eyesore with that branding in the middle, man. So if they took that away and just put it on the plates and just had like a nice shiny big gold, I'd buy in a lot more with that. We have Awesome Sauce, $11 super chat. The world title is such a lame move. You're basically giving fans the new champion moment. Except it's not the one belt for the past 3 years. Imagine Rocky becoming
That's a
champion.
great point, Awesome Sauce.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Great point. And Rollins got a great point too, man.
Yeah, here we go. Rollins. Here we go. $9.99 for Rollins. Let's not forget that in Triple H's promo, Rollins' promo, they both criticized Roman. Yep, I was about to talk about that when Seth came out. Part-time schedule, thus devaluing the way that Roman gets 1,000 days. Roman's 1,000 days or a week. I was going to get to that point when Seth cuts a promo making Roman look bad for being a part-timer. And Triple H is like, yeah, I know he negotiated that, but I'm like,
bro, can I give you guys a little back office of what might be happening? Because this is the way this is the way the WWE works, man. This is the way old Wrinklehead works. This is how it works. I swear to you guys, honestly, man, if Roman Reigns, after all the work he's put in for the last X amount of years, God forbid Roman Reigns went to Vince and Wrinklehead and said, you know what, guys, I need some time off, man. I'm tired. I want to spend time with my family. I need some time off. Bro, honestly, any good employee would say, my God, bro, the job you've done for us over the last 3 years, yes. That's what any normal employee would say. Not the WWE, bro. They would punish you for wanting time off to be with your family. And that could be, Roland, that could be exactly why they went down that road. Oh, Roman wants time off? What, Roman thinks he has us in the palm of his hand? Roman thinks he has all the power? No problem, bro. We'll just create another title. Bro, that's how they work. We've seen their pettiness over and over and over again. So if this is the case, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yikes. I think you've got a fair point there. And the crazy thing is, if there's anybody who deserves time off, it should be Roman Reigns. He's been champ for almost 3 years.
Right.
He's led the pack to record numbers, record pre-sales, record quarters. Like, I mean, you've got a solid storyline, the best storyline you've had in a decade at least. And so, like, for someone to lead the pack during that time and then all of a sudden want some time off, respectfully, understandably, at the again rightfully so, May, June, July are your three is that quarter that is kind of like a recovery, like kind of like a rebooting quarter. And it's kind of like the off season. It's kind of like the off season for wrestling in a way. May, June, July, there's nothing really big typically year to year. You have Mania, you have more kind of like an off season where they just kind of make some things happen leading into SummerSlam. So in wrestling's off season, so to speak, okay, this is the best time to let Roman Reigns take a breather and take the summer off, because essentially you with the draft, you can make some things and move some things over where you don't even need Roman that much, especially since the bloodline angle's over. Perfect time to have him, give him some time off, give him the summer off.
Yeah, and bro, let's not forget, Chris. By the way, these are human beings that get tired.
Correct.
Let's not seriously, bro. Come on, man.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, this is sports entertainment, so everybody has an off season. Now, I get it. You know, I mean, I've said this before. I think they should give a month or two off for every wrestler. I mean, if the booking is good enough, you'll have you'll give wrestlers opportunities to take some time off and still have times to have some good feuds and bring that person back. I think everybody should have some time off. Everybody has an off season in every other sport. I mean, why not, have wrestlers have off season in professional wrestling? So next we have Damian Priest cutting a backstage interview with Dominic Mysterio. This leads to a Bronson Reed vignette. Bloodline discuss upcoming match on SmackDown locker room. More dissension there. So we have the babyface champions defeating Damage Control. Does this hurt Damage Control, Vince? By losing?
Wait. Does this hurt? Does Damage Control have any life?
So the gimmick, so the plan is for EO to. I mean, she's the number one contender.
Right.
When I just see this, I was like, okay, thank God they didn't have some ridiculous gimmick where Bianca gets pinned by EO in the tag match, and they need, if there's any of those teams that need to look strong, it needs to be the champs.
Right.
So
right.
The champs won this match,
Yes.
So, and EO's not going to beat Bianca anyways.
Bro, I think they're so done with Damage Control, and even they have to realize, bro, this never worked. This never got over. We pushed it so hard. And bro, let's face it, Chris, and you've spoken about this before. Bro, they came out of the gate. Bayley came out of the gate with these two people from NXT. So if you're a casual fan, you don't have a clue who they are. They're not impressive looking. There was no story to why they were together. So from the get-go, it meant nothing. They thought if we put the belts on them, bro, no, bro, it meant nothing. It was never over from day one, and it takes you guys 9 months to figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. ACW Online 499 super chat. So the 30-day defend the title rule just doesn't apply now. I guess it doesn't fit the story. Didn't Lesnar do the same thing and people trashed it? Yeah, it was. The thing is with Lesnar, though, Lesnar would be out 2 or 3 months and come back as champion. At least Reigns was in a really, really good storyline for the past, 2.5 years. And so with Brock, though, he would legit just win the title and leave and then come back. So, and to be honest with you, man, I don't mind stuff like that. I mean, like, Hogan used to do the same thing back in the day. I mean, you think about all these long reigns, Bruno and Backlund and Hogan. They had the feel of not being there all the time, so it elevated their prowess. It elevated their mystique. It brought that level of mystique. It made them look bigger. I mean, if they just weren't in the weeds with everybody every single week. And so I can respect that, man. I actually like it. I don't argue with just world champions not being there all the time and going into matches. I remember AJ Styles had the WWE Championship. It was on SmackDown. I couldn't stand his reign because they would have him fight a match in the middle of SmackDown. And he was with James Ellsworth, you know what I mean? Like, and he was feuding with Moxley and just having random matches. Like, this guy does not look like he doesn't look bigger than everybody. He just looks like everybody else. So, yeah, I'm okay with Reigns feeling bigger but not being there every week.
Yeah.
Next we have Austin Theory cutting an in-ring promo. We have interrupted by Bobby Lashley and Theory brawl, and then Bronson Reed comes in and gets involved and takes out Theory, gives him in the tsunami. What do you think about this segment?
Bro, here's what I'm talking about too, guys. When you see two big guys like Lashley and Bronson Reed, bro, watch the way they punch compared to Sami Zayn. And bro, it wasn't crisp and it wasn't sharp. I mean, Chris, I go back to the Attitude Era, because I review it, bro, because people like me to review it. Bro, when you see like Ken Shamrock in there and guys like those, they're snapping those punches. Even with Bobby and Bronson, it was a little slappy, but they still look like, the old haymakers, not this, just girly crap. That's why I like to see two real men fight, because I don't know what it is, bro, but the bigger you are, the less you seem to mamby-pamby it.
Yeah, I can see that. And I like how Lashley brawls. Like he feels like he's in like some type of street fight. Like he's about to kick your butt. You know what I mean? He the facials has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of times those punches that we see a lot, their facials are just wimpy. You know what I mean? Like it just looks bad. You gotta bring that aggression in the facials as well.
Yeah.
We get we get your boy. We get another segment with a bunch of people who could be a part of the draft. We get Boogs, we get Elias, we get Alpha Academy, Maxine Dupree, and Positive Ali. So this leads to a match where he defeats Chad Gable. So he's playing the babyface this week because he's from Chicago. So what do you think, man?
I just, bro, what's funny now? I guess like Baron Corbin is at head of the rotation now.
Yeah.
Remember, he was showing up like every weekend. Okay, well, Corbin's gone now. Like, oh man, bro, there's zero continuity. And then the stuff they concentrate on, like Ali running around the ring with a victory, like he did with Dolph 4 weeks ago. What does it mean? Like, really, am I tuning in next week to watch Ali, bro, run around the ring?
Nope, because he won't, because he'll probably be losing. So he won because he was in Chicago. That was a thank you to the crowd. We're gonna have one of your own, win tonight as a way to keep them alive. We got a super chat, I believe. AW Online 499. Back in the day, they would stomp their feet while punching to make it sound more impactful. That's gone now. So yeah, now it's just slapping your leg.
Yeah.
Now you get the leg slap. Next we have more Jimmy Uso, some more of the Usos and Zayn. I do want to talk about this real quick. So Saudi is Night of Champions is May the 27th. So that's a month from now, and Sammy doesn't go to the Saudi events. So the theme of Night of Champions is defending all the titles, and so it seems as if the Usos might get the titles back from KO and Sammy if they're not going to be gone. They're not going to be there to defend them. Usos probably get it back on Friday and then start a feud with someone that leads into Night of Champions. Do you think that's possible?
That's very, very, very possible, bro. Very possible. Yeah.
Wow. So that means that all of this, all of this, bloodline and all of the, passion and emotion that comes with it ends 3 weeks later on a SmackDown. Less than a month later on a SmackDown. So kind of anticlimactical finish there. We get Awesome Sauce 550. Lost the match with Snuka and Backlund from the Garden in 82, which Snuka missed the cage dive. Everything Snuka did was crazy how bad it is now. Yeah. I mean,
bro,
because people respected the business more, man. They earned their spot. They wanted to. They cared about just playing who they were, their character, and it wasn't just some. We'll get a big payday, and we'll just go to the next town. You had to earn everything you did, man.
And not only that, bro. Not only that, they looked at it as a business, and they made each other money. So when Snuka is wrestling Backlund, bro, Backlund wants to make Snuka look great. Snuka wants to make Backlund look great. We want to put backsides in seats. I mean, it's bro, do you really think that there is anybody on this roster today outside of, the top guys who understand business, the Brock Lesnar's, the Roman Reigns's? Do you think there's anybody on these rosters that are thinking about making their opponent look good? They're not thinking about that, bro. They're thinking about, getting their what in. That's what they're thinking about. Back then, bro, the guys relied on each other to get each other over. The more we're over, the more money we're going to make. So they worked together. Hogan did that with every heel, bro. Bundy and Stud and you name it, bro. The more he lifted those guys up, the more money was in the program. That is just gone today, bro.
Now it's just singing,
Yeah, sing. We'll get to that too in a minute.
Indeed. Johnny Slice is back on the show.
So get ready for your bump after Johnny Slice's
the drum roll.
Get ready for that. Go ahead, bro.
I only get behind the Alpha Counter. They agree to change their names to the Sheesh Bags.
Yes, very bump.
Yes, indeed. I've got. Yeah, here we go.
What is that? Cackling chickens?
It's cackling laughs, Vince. Come on. Come on. You like the old Stooges back in the day, man.
Yeah.
That was the old. There you go. There you go.
He's on a roll tonight, bro.
Yes.
What a roll, man.
Very much. We have who's next? Cody Rhodes and Finn Balor. What do you think of that match?
Bro, what are the odds of Finn Balor winning this match? Again, we talk about this every week, man. Like, come on, bro. So great. They're gonna have a 5-star Matt Classic. Whoopee, bro. Like, and Cody's going over.
Where does Finn go from here, Vince?
I don't know, bro. To the barber. What he does, I know. Who knows, bro? Who knows?
He's supposed to be the kind of like the de facto leader, and he's got the worst of the bunch. You've got Damian Priest, who's going to be highlight on a show against Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You have Rhea Ripley, who's the SmackDown Women's Champion, and you have Dominic, who's one of the biggest heels of the company now, and then you have Finn Balor.
Is Rhea Ripley in a program?
Yes and no. Like, they were doing the LWO and Judgment Day thing. So since it was weird, I was at SmackDown on Friday doing covering for Sportskeeda, doing some work for Sportskeeda, and I heard I wasn't even paying attention to the promo because I really wasn't paying attention to a lot of it, and so I heard. And I watched it back, or I saw it back in some post that she said on the Tron that I might be weak, I might be short and weak or something like that, but I'm Puerto Rican. So that was like her pitch to go against Rhea Ripley for the championship.
Who said this now?
Zelina Vega.
Oh God!
And so because she said something, because she said that was her pitch to become the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Champion. So now she's going against Rhea Ripley at Judgment Day.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she'll go over.
Yeah, sure she will. Rollins 1999. True. Hogan wasn't there every week, but it's hard to compare Raw and SmackDown weekly primetime shows to those old 12 p.m. noon Sunday superstars and Sunday Wrestling Challenge shows. Austin and Rock were at every Raw and SmackDown. You got something there, Vince?
I do have something to say, Roland, because it all depends, bro. Because if you told me tomorrow, Roland, if I was the head writer of SmackDown and Raw, and you told me tomorrow, okay, man, Roman Reigns, whoever the champion is, can be prominent on both shows, but they're not going to wrestle. I would have no problem with that. I would be able to think of so many creative ways, bro, to get them on the show, things that they could do. Bro, Roland, when you look at Austin, look at all those things he did, Chris. You know, filling the Corvette up with cement, driving the Zamboni in, driving the beer truck in, throwing the belt off the river. Yeah. Look at all those. They were doing all those things, bro, so they didn't have to work matches every week. Yeah. That was the whole point of doing all that stuff. I just think that's thrown out the window today, Roland. So, yes, it would be more difficult, but if you were a little bit more creative, they could work less and would be doing other things on the show.
Yeah, that's true. And Austin wasn't always there every week either. So I remember vividly that there would be times actually where he would have some issues with WWE and he wouldn't be there for a while. So and plus injuries and things like that too. So that you had to schedule around, you had to book around that too. So so they weren't there all. I do understand what you're talking about. I do understand the comparison. The comparison makes sense, but at the same time, we're talking about long reigns though. Austin and Rock never had a very lengthy long reign. Right. Neither one of them did. So that is kind of apples to oranges because we're talking about someone who has been champ for almost 3 years compared to the much shorter reigns of Austin and Rock. You can have those title changes. You can have the title change be a part of the story, but you don't have that with Reigns. So because you have a lengthy title reign, and we haven't seen a lengthier title reign in this generation, the last time we saw a lengthy title reign was Hogan, and Hogan had a lengthy title reign because he wasn't there all the time. So it is a comparison there for sure. Then we're gonna end up with what? We get the Seth Rollins. Here you go. Seth Rollins cut an in-ring promo, interrupted by Omos and the VP. We randomly get this match for Backlash.
Yeah, and not only do you randomly get this match, then Rollins is kind of in the face of Omos and cutting a heated promo, and I'm standing there and I'm like, what are you mad at him for?
Yeah.
Like what did he do? Like, where's the heat, bro, that you're getting up in his face and you're cutting this promo? All he did was walk out. Like, why are you so? If he was ever going to laugh, this would have been the time to laugh because there's no heat there, bro.
None. I think he even made a tweet because he didn't even know. Like, he found out that he was going to go against Omos, like when they announced it. This past weekend. So he had like a meme of Jim Carrey saying "Alrighty then," because WWE announced it like this weekend that Seth Rollins was going to go against Omos. So apparently he didn't know either. And when people saw that, it was like Seth Rollins versus Omos. Like, has it gotten so bad that you can't even make stories after WrestleMania to make it make sense? You're just throwing matches together.
Bro, you saw that fan base there. They'll buy anything, Chris, anything. And I don't understand that mindset, bro, because, you know, I'm such a huge fan of John Wick. And if there is a John Wick 5, you can't just give me anything and I'm going to be satisfied. Bro, remember Rocky 5? They tried to give us anything. And what did we do? We rioted, bro. We rioted. But you can give this fan base anything and they will buy it, bro.
That's why they play to the house so much. Because like, hey, we're impenetrable when it comes to the house.
You're right.
Do no wrong.
You are right. Chris, this was my favorite thing of the night. So we go to the locker room with Owens and Riddle, and Sammy comes in, and Owens cuts a promo on him of where have you been all night? Bro, he's been on TV all night. What are you, like an imbecile, bro? Like, he's been on TV 14 times tonight. But you don't know where he is, bro. Like, this is what I mean, bro. It's so idiotic. It's not even funny, bro.
Now we know that Kevin Owens does not watch the product.
Oh my God, bro. Seriously? I mean, you wouldn't ask somebody, where's Sammy? Oh, yeah, well, he was just over there cutting, you know.
Yeah.
And bro, I got to tell you, Chris, let's talk about this because this is big. And I've got a little bit of a problem with this because we're starting to see this more and more. I got a problem with this, Chris. So we got Mysterio and Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Here comes Bad Bunny in the limo. Damian throws the chair, DQ. He gets heat on Ray. And here comes Bad Bunny with a kendo stick. Bro, I got to tell you, not anybody, okay, including, bro, listen, I know, bro, I swear to God, the first time I ever heard of Bad Bunny was through the WWE. Then I researched them and, you know, the Grammys and everything. Obviously, bro, the dude's a big deal in the music world. I mean, Chris, would you call the dude a rapper?
Yeah, I think he's like a Spanish rapper.
Okay, here's my problem, bro. This is the WWE. This is a wrestling product, bro. This is your brand.
Yeah.
Bro, a rapper shouldn't be able to come off the street and beat up one of your wrestlers, bro. And bro, they've done this with Logan Paul now. They've had a YouTube influencer. They've had a YouTube influencer come off the street and wrestle just as good as their main. Bro, why are you doing this? But, you know, back in the day, bro, you would have your celebrities and maybe, bro, the celebrity would be with the babyface heel, and that's how the celebrity would get his shot. I mean, the celebrity would be with the babyface. That's how he would get his shot in against the heel. Yep. Bro, these guys are coming off of the street and from other industries, and they're beating up your wrestlers?
Yeah.
I don't understand the mindset, Chris.
WWE knows that they haven't built someone bigger than the business. So what do they have to do to make the business look bigger? They literally have to get someone who's bigger than the business,
right?
Into the business to
and that's not good. And because you're burying the business and your company, bro.
Exactly.
You know what Damian, bro. You know what Damian Priest would do to Bad Bunny in a legit fight. Look at the size of that dude, bro.
He's like twice Bad Bunny size. Yeah. So I mean, back in the day, the two of the people I thought was when you were talking about bringing celebrities in, I thought of Cyndi Lauper, Mr. T. Now, Cyndi Lauper came in. Captain Laura Bano was huge. I mean, she didn't come because the business needed a celebrity. It was a good promotion for a crossover. Mr. T came in, and he definitely wasn't bigger than Hulk Hogan was. Hulk Hogan was massive at that time. So it was a crossover move, but it didn't he wasn't bigger. He didn't look bigger than everybody else. You know what I mean? But when they bring in these celebrities, they look and feel bigger than everybody else does.
Yeah, that's not good
between now and then. Yeah.
Yeah, and your point is 1,000%. They need to bring over outsiders who are over.
Correct.
Because their guys aren't over. That's not a good position to be in, bro.
No, it's really a testament to how they're booking their talent, man. No one feels over, so they have to pull someone who's literally bigger than the business because they're not grooming anyone in the business to feel bigger.
Bro, I got to say this, bro, because I'm reading a lot of comments. I'm reading a lot of comments here tonight. Guys, I'm telling you, bro, because I know what this takes. Okay, I know what it takes to write 2 weekly television shows. I did it for a very long time. Chris, they're trying, you know, the last couple of weeks since the Endeavor deal. Now they're trying to put all the heat on Vince with this creative. Guys, Vince is 77 years old.
Yeah.
I promise you, bro, Vince does not have the energy to be doing all this himself. I promise you. The Vince I worked with, bro, I remember when I was there, Chris, and we celebrated Vince's 50th birthday. I remember that, okay? Bro, he's 77, guys. He does not have the energy, bro, to be running around like a lunatic, writing, producing, and directing 2 shows.
Yep.
You gotta stop, bro. Like all of a sudden, it was great when Triple H was doing it, and now Vince is doing it again, and his fingerprints are all over this show. That's BS, bro. Stop. When Triple H was here, what did Triple H do, bro? He rehired people Vince fired, and he put NXT people that weren't ready on television. That's it.
Yeah.
Triple H did. Give me one character Triple H created when Vince was at home. Give me one, bro. Give me one storyline Triple H created when Vince was home. You got to stop with this lame, bro, the show stinks now because Vince is here, but it was great when Triple H was here. Meanwhile, bro, it's the same exact show.
And to your point, Vince, the people he hired back, he didn't do a good job with.
No.
We
talked about the damage control. That's the perfect example.
Damage control, Dexter Loomis, Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano. Like you you keep bringing people back and you're not doing a good job with the Karrion Kross. He got fired, but he came back from Triple H. Like they're not doing a good job with any of these talents. So you're bringing all this talent back to make them look just as bad as they were, and sometimes even worse than they were before they left. So that's not really a good testament to your booking. Now, there were some things that, like Triple H, I imagine. So Vince left last summer. So I would say the Bloodline story was pretty good from the end of last summer to the beginning.
But we also know, bro, that had to do a lot with the people involved. We know with Heyman and Reigns, know that had a lot. They had a lot to do with the success.
Yeah,
of
that wasn't completely a Triple H thing, but I do like the fact that Triple H. People saying hit row. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yikes. Yeah, I do. I would say Heyman has a lot because Heyman's a genius when it comes to that stuff. When it comes to storyline, and it has been said that Heyman has had a lot to do with the Bloodline development and the story. So kudos to him for that. All right, I think there's one more super chat before we go, and that was I think Johnny's back. Yeah, Johnny Slice, $5. That Bunny seems like the arch nemesis of Santa Claus. I'm going to need to see a holiday hell and a cell match between these two, Book and McMahon. Bad Bunny versus Santa Claus. Very nice.
Yes.
I think you and him would work very well in Rocky Mountain Pro, man. I think it'll be really cool. All right, my man.
I'm just saying, bro, like you guys, if you honestly think a 77-year-old man is writing 5 hours of television a week, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Does he have the final say so? Yeah, bro, he has the final say so. He is not creating everything you're seing on TV, bro.
Yeah. And he hasn't been for almost
Come on, man. Like let's just be honest, bro. Come on. Because you know why? Nobody was gonna bury the show when Triple H was in charge. Nobody, bro. And what did he do? Tell me what he did, bro.
I think that people are saying a lot of people are defending Triple H because he's the lesser of two evils when it comes to McMahon versus Triple H. But just because you're the lesser of two evils, so to speak, doesn't make you not evil. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you good. It still makes you evil. And so I think with Triple H, there's some good and some bad. I think giving Paul Heyman a lot of say when it comes to the Bloodline, I respect that. But the people he brought in, man, they haven't done a really good job. Braun Strowman's another person, you know what I mean? So it just he's really misused a lot of his rehires, man. So that's Triple H's thing. So you gotta I agree with you, Vince, there. I think you brought a good point. All right, let the listeners know about the fantasy football and all things channel Attitude.
Yeah, guys, all my shows with everybody we have on there, from Stevie Ray to Stevie Richards to Disco, EC3, you name it, bro. We got so much talent on there. Russo'sBrand.com. We got multiple podcasts every week. If you are a fantasy baseball player, bro, I got a Patreon for fantasy baseball. Patreon.com/VRFBB. I will give you fantasy tips every other day, bro. That will help you win your league.
Nice. Patreon.com/VRFBB. Go check him there. Go check me here with Sportskeeda, of course. Pancakes and Power Slam show. We have a great time every single Tuesday night following Unscripted. And we have a good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, Vince Russo, Dr. Chris, Legion Raw. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.